So my role is really about communications as a whole and kind of chopping them into segments that fit into multiple different audiences, but also how do we repurpose content. So the main project I created whilst I was interning with Seed Creativity was a campaign called #ThisWeekInTheCultural The purpose of the campaign was to heighten the activity that was happening in the cultural quarter that sometimes felt a little neglected in comparison to other cities as well. We wanted to kind of really increase the engagement levels of what was happening. And so we created a hashtag. I worked with a designer as well who was one of the other interns, creating some posters and some graphics to promote the campaign across social media channels. So I use Hootsuite every day in my current role and in every role that I have been in since I left Seed Creativity as well. And just the networking side as well. You know, I got to meet so many people in Leicester, some people who have actually been in interview panels that I've been in since, and just kind of get my name out there really. Going from just graduating, if I hadn't have had the kind of step where I interned with Seed Creativity, I would have been going into these interviews not actually having any examples that I could have used of practically developing a campaign from concept to delivery. The production of the magazine, so that's a big project that I've recently worked on. When I was producing the magazine, I had to think of ways in which I could tap into all of the different segments of audiences in that database of 180,000 people. So we produced a digital version of that magazine as well. And then I also wanted to take it a step further as well, and I started to think about how could we incorporate video content in there as well, without having to go out and produce a video for every single feature in the magazine. So we looked at all of the video content that we'd produced over the year, and then we embedded those videos into the digital version as well. My advice to anyone looking to go into an intern is that it doesn't come to you. You do have to go out and find these opportunities. You know, I hear so many graduates sit there and say, there are no jobs out there, there's nothing for me to do, but there are thousands of opportunities. It's those people who say those things who don't actually find them. I went and had a chat with my lecturers at De Montfort University. They told me about the amazing internship scheme, Graduate Champions. If I hadn't have particularly gone to go and speak to them, then I probably wouldn't have found out about that. So if you're looking for an internship as a student, you should definitely look for a organisation that has clients that you're interested in, an organisation that has the same ethos that you believe in, somewhere that's going to be fun to work for but still professional. 2, reach out to them before you've actually put in your internship application. You'll then get a feel for the office, get a feel for how they work and whether that's somewhere that you want to get your first piece of kind of professional workplace experience. And 3, so many different subject areas that you can go into. Just because you studied a degree in law doesn't mean that you can't go into the music industry, for example, because the music industry are always looking for lawyers. If someone gives you an opportunity and you don't think you can do it, still take it, because they've given you that opportunity because they believe in you. Although you might not have the correct skill sets just yet, you can always learn them. 2, I would say, don't be disheartened when you get a no. I've had a couple of no's, and I've always found that the job that I do end up in is definitely the right place for me to be at the right time. 3, I would say just be really open, and if you feel like you don't know the answer to something, just ask. In workplaces, you're surrounded by professionals who might have been working in the field for 20 years, and they're always happy to give you advice, help you, because at the end of the day, you might then end up in their chair in 20 years' time.